Your year with a gift. Good morning, family. I am live from your grandmother's kitchen, and I'm about to make sweet potato pie. On camera, I am going to tell you just about everything. The only thing that I will not record are the spice that she didn't use, which a lot of sweet potato pies do use, and then the spice that she did use that some sweet potato pies, give or take, do not use. So that is our family secret, so I will not be doing that. I'm just gonna walk you through the instructions. A famous sweet potato pie that was done by a guy who used to make this sweet potato pie for President Clinton, believe it or not. And when I was starting Multicultural Cooking Network, somehow I got the recipe, and he even reached out to me and said, thank you. I love the fact that there's a lot of traction for this pie. The reason why I am pointing that out is I want you to have a guideline for the pie. I can tell you, if I refer you to his recipe, what Grandma absolutely did not use. He definitely takes some turns in his pie, but the basic structure for sweet potato pie pretty much is the same. It's just that some people love a lumpy pie because that's how their family grew up. But we know in our family, we like for ours to be smooth. Okay, gals, so this is a ½ pound of sweet potato that I'm gonna put into this bowl. For some reason, Grandma used to love to use evaporated milk. It's definitely creamier than some of the other types of milk, so this is what we will be using. And we will be using 3/4 cup of evaporated milk. So 3/4 cup of milk, evaporated milk. I'm going to use a cupful, hopefully I don't spill, a cupful of vanilla extract, 3 cups of eggs. I have the benefit of having a KitchenAid mixer, so use a mixer. Grandma may have used mixer or by hand. The key thing is to get it to be really smooth. I'll be adding sugar as well, but I just want to go ahead and get this going. Now I'm adding another ½ pound of sweet potato, a cup of sugar, I still have sugar on this. I'm going to be adding my butter, which is going to be 3/4 cups of melted butter to this. I'll just use this and it'll get my excess sugar out. I really don't want lumps, so I'm just making sure that I pat out the lumps as best I can, because that's not what we are accomplishing. And I can't rely on the mixer to do all of the work for me. So I'm just smashing out some of these lumps, and then I'll do the mixer again, and hopefully it'll press it and make it make it a little bit more smooth. But this is not bad. This is pretty good. I really don't want those lumps. I could strain them out though. So we'll go from there. Butter time. I'm adding butter. I want you to see how orange this is now. Even this camera doesn't pick up how bright orange this is. I'm going to add a pinch of salt, because we need a pinch of salt, and then I'm going to add our spice. Splash of salt. Now, the truth is, my mother has moved on to these deep dish pie crusts, and Grandma did not use deep dish, but I'll be using deep dish today because that's what I have available. Grandma also did not make her pie crust from scratch. I'm going to give a little room for this to rise. Now you might be saying, Crystal, oh, that looks lumpy to me. Well, what you're really seeing is the butter, and the butter is going to melt down, so that's not going to be lumps. I'm going to use our spice. This is the beauty of what she would do, is right, she would always have this pretty looking sprinkly brown color on the pie, which would sometimes seep into it. Now, as I said, I already put a little bit in the batter, but we're not supposed to do too much. She really relied on this to be a sweet potato pie rather than like a really super spicy pie, but that spice that we use really does something. That orange juice also kind of brightens the color, so I'm hoping for the best. You don't always get it right. You'll find when you practice, the key thing is for you to taste it and see if it tastes like your grandmother's pie. You can taste that before it goes in the oven and kind of say, oh yeah, I'm on mark. Okay, so look for the taste that you are looking for. The smoothness is really the staple as well to doing this pie. So I'm gonna put it in the oven, I think for about 45 minutes, and we'll see what happens. It's still a little soft in the center, so I'm gonna give it another 5 minutes.